We have gathered here today because two whole people have asked me for a makeup tutorial. Now, I'm very new to being on YouTube, period. So the fact that someone's asking for a makeup tutorial is enough for me to go run my mouth, answer your questions on how I got into stripping, why I got into stripping, funny stories about my job, etc. And just hang out. I love you so much. I'm dying for someone to ask me how to do a makeup so that I can do a get ready with me video. Thank you. So also subscribe to my channel please, because it's all good vibes, bad bitches only, and I give advice on like everything in life because I'm actually really wise. Oh my god, a stripper that has a brain on her? No fucking way. That doesn't even exist. Really? No way. Period. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the room, which is how stunning my nails look. Right, period. No, the elephant in the room is that I look like I should be on the news because I caught a DV case, a stripper that got beaten up down the alley. No, I paid a lot of money to look like this, actually. I paid to be like this. I got my under eye filler done, and I've actually got work later tonight. So let's see how I'm gonna be able to cover it up. Wish me luck. Although, it's not the first time I've got fillers done, and usually when I go into work, when I look like this, I do joke that I'm in a difficult situation, so it would be beneficial for them to give me money to help me get out of a household like this. It works. I don't feel morally good about it though. But anyway, get your bag, sis, I guess. So the makeup that we're gonna do is not actually the makeup that I usually do. Like the makeup things that I have right now, all the makeup items are allegedly stolen from Boots. Because one day I forgot my makeup bag at work and I went traveling. And because I spent every single penny that I own on traveling, I was too stubborn to buy new items because makeup's expensive. So I allegedly stole a few items. So they're not that good. I'm gonna be real with you, they're not that fucking good. So anyway, also don't believe everything you hear on the internet, period. I use a BB cream because I hate the feel of foundation on my skin. I feel like it clogs my pores. It clogs my pores, yeah, and it's not very good for me. Anyway, no, it's because at the club, you sweat so much when you're dancing that having heavy, caked up, beaten up face, not the one. Yeah, I glued my eyebrows up off camera. Because I'm an influencer now, period, with my 5,000 subscribers. Slay. Why and how I got into the industry. And I don't mean to disappoint, but it's actually such an anticlimactic story because I was 21, I want to say, at the time. And I was at university, and I just started my second year, and I wanted to live by myself. I didn't want to live in a house share because I studied philosophy, if you guys didn't know. And I'm very, very, very passionate about the subject, and I knew that university was going to be the only chance for me to study properly. So I didn't want to live in a house share with students that, all due respect, went out all the time, kept drinking, would keep me up at night because I was there to study. Like, I knew how much money I was spending. I knew I wasn't going to get a career out of it. I was there just to study philosophy because I'm so passionate about the subject. So I didn't want to live with people who were constantly getting on the piss and they were going to interrupt my studying, because you get influenced by the people that are around you and by your surroundings. So I really didn't want to like go down that rabbit hole. So I wanted to live by myself. Now, any student does not have the money to live by themselves and rent out a flat by themselves. Like, where am I getting the money from? Boo, where am I getting the money from? So I was chilling with my girlfriends and I was complaining about, this is going quite well, this exact situation. I have no skills, I have nothing on my CV, yet I need a job that's minimal hours and very high pay. Where the hell am I gonna get that? And one of the girls was like, you can become a stripper. Now, hee hee ha ha, which I wish I didn't hee hee ha ha, because this job, you know what, I'll get into it later. Let me explain this. Story time. This job, I found a random strip club in Liverpool which is where I lived at the time. And I just sent an application, which application, by the way, CV, your CV is just, I'm confident and look how great I look. You just need to send a selfie and talk yourself up a little bit, which I'm great at doing. So period. I sent it off, not thinking anything of it. And then the next day, I got a text back and the woman invited me for an audition. And now at the time I was like, I'm 21, like, let's do something exciting. Let's do something that will be like a cool story to tell later in life, like true and well. However, I do wish that I gave it a little bit more thought, because obviously being 21 and obviously not telling my parents about this, I didn't realize like what implications it would have, which I want to warn you now. Let me tell you, once you get into the job, it's really hard to get off it. It's like doing heroin. Once you're on it, good luck getting off. Because my CV is still non-existent, because I can't put on my CV that I worked as a stripper. The amount of money that you get means that any other job you get after it, because you're going to be starting from the bottom, no salary is going to match. The hours are very, very low. I only work 2 to 3 days a week, and that's enough for me to live my life and pay my rent. And also, you can take as much time off as you want. So I would take off like 3 months at a time and go traveling. Like every penny, like I said, every penny that I have, every spare minute that I get, I go traveling.
Oh no, Tarquin, I can't come shopping on the King's Road today. Yeah, because I'm literally in Burma. Yeah, no, I'm on my gap year at the moment. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
That's just what I do. Anyway, so as I got into the job thinking, hee hee ha ha, this is gonna be a cool story of mine to tell my grandkids, suddenly I can't get a job anywhere else. And I'm stuck. And I've been doing the job for 5 years now, and I still occasionally pop into a strip club, which also, job security in a strip club, unmatched. Any city that you're in, they're gonna have a strip club. Multiple strip clubs. You probably will get the job because you're self-employed and you pay the club. Every time you go into the club, you pay them. So they earn money from you being there, so they want you there. So you always have job security. However, the job is very difficult because one, I hate working into the nighttime. I hate being a night owl. I would love to be a day birdie. But because of the nature of the job, you go to bed at like 5 a.m. if you're lucky. Sometimes you finish work at 5 a.m. Anyway, I'm blabbering on a lot now. If you're thinking about getting into the industry, really think it through more than I have, because it's impossible to get out of. Anyway, I don't know if any of this is entertaining. I'm literally just yapping away.
WhatsApp video.
Sorry, my ex is calling me. Can you give me a second?
Hello.
Hello. I'm filming. I'm yapping away. I'm doing a get ready with me because someone asked for a makeup tutorial. Stop.
One eternity later.
Not me talking to my ex until it gets bloody dark outside.
Child. Anyway, so.
Anywho, hi, Pookie. I feel like the bruising is not too bad now, you know? Snatched. What did stripping teach you about men in general? Period. 8 with that one. I'm gonna preface my answer with the fact that the type of men that come into a strip club are not your usual type of men that you see in day-to-day life. And as soon as they step through a strip club, because misogyny and mockery of sex work is still very prevalent within our society, especially the men who use it. They shame the people who provide the service that they buy. They act completely differently to what I'm used to people and men acting in my day-to-day life. So, having said this, sometimes they walk into a strip club just to put, this is not going well, just to put really good-looking women down so that they can bring themselves up. They will pay money to bring young, beautiful women down to feel better about themselves. It's not pretty. What else? Also, number 2, that they fall in love very superficially. Granted, it's probably because of the type of men, as I said, that walk through the door that attracts those kind of like people, and they will fall in love with you based on nothing. You will, so long as you paint an image, some fantasy that a man might have. For example, my fantasy is that I'm a bubbly Russian girl who can speak Russian to you and she's so interested in everything you have to say. Oh my God. That's enough. That's literally enough for them to part with their money. They will know nothing about you at all. Zero nilch. They'll ask you zero questions. The next question, part of the question was, most surprising thing to you about men? And it's how far compliments go. Because men are actually very deprived of compliments. And I see that in my day-to-day life, at work, everywhere. So if you compliment them, you as a pretty successful woman will compliment them. They will also very readily part with their money and fall in love with you. Feed their ego a little bit. They will cherish you. They will praise you. They will put you on a pedestal. It goes a really far way. So the next question was about having great skin. Now, I don't think I'm the one to yap about good skin. But I'll tell you a secret that nobody tells you, that no fucking influencers dare to say. And because I'm not getting any brand collaborations yet, I can share it with you. And that is the fact that all the influencers that have beautiful, flawless, amazing skin, they have a dermatologist. They go to a dermatologist, they buy products that are not behind the counter, because anything you get behind the counter, it has a limit on how well it can work because they're legally responsible for you. They all go to dermatologists that look after their skin, that monitor their skin, and they give you super, super concentrated products that actually like do something for your skin. And then those same influencers get on here and they promote a product saying, look what it's done to my skin, which I'm sure some products work really well, but their skin is flawless because they have dermatologists. They just don't tell you because it ruins the bag. So there you go. If you want flawless skin, it costs a lot of fucking money because dermatologists aren't cheap. Anyway, I hope you're finding this fun. So usually I bake my under eyes, right? But because I've had to allegedly steal products, I'm using some cheap shitty thing with a cheap shitty fucking, the fuck is this? It's ugly as fuck and it's dirty. Anyway, so I'm looking ratchet. Now, the biggest and most important step in my makeup routine is blush. Again, this is not the blush that I usually use. I really like one size. I do really like one size, but that got left behind. So we've got what we've got. Anyway, I usually smile to see where on the cheeks I should like put the blush. So I put it really high up because my blush routine is like, look like a Barbie doll, you know? I almost put it like under my eye because I feel like it brightens it a little bit. But considering I've got a massive bruise there, I don't know if it's doing me any favors. I don't know, bro. It's not looking good. God. Now, you might be thinking, I look like a clown. However, trust me, trust the process. And now I just get a big brush. Usually, I would dip a little bit of powder in it. That's like my shade. And also, usually, I would do more contour with powder, but I lost that, so we don't have it. And I literally just blend it in. You see I look less like a clown now. A little bit. This makeup tutorial is shambles. Anyway, I have a little hack. You're welcome. I use, this is eyebrow glue, right? And I put a tiny bit on the bottom of my lashes and then I curl them. In case you couldn't tell, I said curl. And that like helps them stick in place a little bit better. It like actually holds them up. I really do not know if you're still here.
Mommy.
Yes.
Mommy.
Yes, I love you.
Mommy.
Yes.
You're a trooper because I think this is very boring. Where's my eyelash curler? If you're here, I love you so much. You're a real one. I don't know if anyone's interested in my life that much or anything I have to yap about. Not being me self-deprecating myself. No, this is banging and I'm very entertaining and everything is lit right now. Period. Manifest it, queen. You see. I also promised to share some interesting stories from work. Now, I don't know what would be classed as funny or not, because the things that I find funny are what a normal person would find a little bit extreme and borderline traumatizing, because, wow, look at that curl. That's a good curl. Because obviously men at the strip club get very obsessive at times. Like, for example, I had this one regular I absolutely hated his guts. He knew nothing about me and just like used every hour in the VIP to talk about himself. Never asked me a single question and claimed that he was in love with me. Weird if you ask me, but anyway. And he was an architect, so he was good with like arts and crafts and stuff, right? And he used to like draw and paint like insane art pieces of like little cards to bring to me, and it was our like loyalty card, and he was like, if I complete 10 you should give me a gift. The fuck I'm not. But I was like, ha 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 ha, sure, of course. You're so cute, wow. At one point, this is creepy and this is bad. It's not funny, it's creepy and bad, but also hee hee ha ha trauma, let's laugh it off. He drew me, right? He drew me, great portrait by the way, hats off to him, artistic skill was there. He drew me and took a picture of it and set it as his home screen.
What the fuck is this?
Funny, so funny. I don't know, what is funny? What is a funny story? Sometimes like, I find myself funny. Sometimes I'll like tell people that it's my first day at the job and I don't know how much things are. And I'll like tell them that the VIP is less than what it actually is. And I'll be like, I think it's $300. I'm not too sure though. Like as far as I can remember, it was $300. Shall we go for it? Shall we pay? Like, shall we get it? And so it's like relatively cheap. And then we get there and it's like $400 and I'll be like, oh. And then I'm like, oh no, if you can't afford it, like I get it. Not everyone can afford things. Like, I know not everyone has the money, like bless you, but that's okay. Thanks for trying though anyway. And because they want to be fucking macho about it, they'll like pay. I don't know if that's funny. I find it quite funny. Again, low-key funny, haha, low-key funny trauma. One of my friends has a guy who we call serial killer. He's like a regular and we call him serial killer because like he loves to smell like your breath. He'll like come up to you and he'll just like just breathe into my nose. And he like pays her to like smell her breath and he'll smell her armpits and he'll be like, yeah, I love that. So yeah, we call him a serial killer because that's a little bit weird. So a funny thing I do with my makeup routine, right, that I don't think everyone does, is, God, this video must be like 300,000 years old. I'm so sorry. Years long? So sorry. Yeah, so what I do is I will do my eyelashes first and then I'll do my eyeliner because then I see the map of my eyes so that I can like do my eyeliner a little bit better. And another great fucking hack is that I'll get a little spoolie, I'll let my mascara dry because it's like all over the fucking gaff. And then with a spoolie, it's just so easy to like rub it off without having to get like, because it's like dry and it just comes off so easily, you know what I mean? Are you catching my drift, bro? Okay, you see it's all cleaned up, right? And then we're going like this. I'm gonna piss myself. And then in order to complete the look and make it a lot cuter, I get a brown liquid eyeliner and I like dab it a little bit all over my nose, especially like around this area to give myself fake freckles because I think that looks really cute. You get me, fam? Do you get me? Once a customer came up to me at work and he was like, oh, I can tell your freckles are fake. And I was like, that's so fucking rude. What do you mean? I made a little joke out of it and I was like, because you've upset me, you should take me to a VIP. And he did. Slay. Anyway, you can most definitely see the bruise. Most definitely, critically, undeniably see the bruise. Don't know what to do about that. Can't help you. Yeah, I will claim that I'm in a difficult situation because men assume that you could only be a stripper ever because you have no other choice. So I'll just claim that, like, I need help, you know? And then maybe they'll spend more money on me because they already believe that fucking anyway. So might as well make some money out of it, am I right? God, I have yapped my whole fucking gob off. Don't know if anyone's watching this. If you are, you're a real one. I love you. Period slay. all hats off to you. You deserve everything best that could ever happen to anyone in life. You deserve a pot of gold, the most amazing husband, a big house in the Hamptons, and anything you ever desire. You deserve to get a horse too, because why not, whilst we're at it, okay? Period, universe, thank you, and so it shall be. Like and subscribe to claim. And let's see what my hair's saying. I think we did it. Queens, I think we did it. I think it looks all right. My bruise is bruising though. If you got to the end of this video of me just blapping and yapping about nonsense all day non-stop, I love you so much. Please like and subscribe to claim all the good things. Let me know what else you want me to hear me yap about. And I'll see you again next week.